Hi, and welcome to Chapter 12 of Travels with My Lamps. This is when good electricity goes bad. Boom, boom! Come on! Out go the lights. So, gig number 1. First pro gig with Bob, somewhere in an arena. 82, 83. First gig, so why the electrician asked me, I'll never know. I told him incorrectly, and when he threw the switch, it went boom. Learned a valuable lesson to never broadcast your problems across the show floor. It's much easier to fix something on the down low before the client becomes aware of your mistakes. Dirty Bert's, Markham, about 84. They have a shithole bar on Main Street, my friend's band, and I went to tie my tails into the box, and it was just laying on the floor. So I picked it up to move it sort of into the light where I could see it, and that's where I discovered I had a guardian angel, because as I moved that panel, I saw the line side of that copper come loose. And my guardian angel just went, drop it! And I did. And when it hit the floor, it blew up. And I went ass over tea kettle backwards. Normally a situation that would blow the breaker and the power would go out. But you see, the club owner had kind of jacked those stage terminals right into the line side of his club's breaker panel, and no protection. So I ran from that one. He dealt with that, and I went upstairs to get a fire extinguisher. When I got back downstairs, he had disconnected it, and the whole corner of the stage was on fire. I put the fire out, and as soon as the fire went out, my legs turned to rubber, and I just fell to the floor. Takeaways. Make sure that the stage power has a disconnect, and always check tension on the line side terminals. Now, next one was G. Willikers in Orangeville, Ontario, about 88. This one was kind of my fault. I was tying my tails in live one day, I had the old screwdriver in there and the hand on the box, and slip, yoink, boom, screwdriver went fucking flying, hit the bar across the way, and I went and joined it for a drink. Around 1990 at the Danforth Music Hall. I was the TD for this 100-year-old theater. Some pretty dodgy wiring inside it. And one night we were hosting Joe Jackson, and his audio crew had mentioned that they thought that the power was faulty, although we got through the show. So the next night was a band called They Might Be Giants, and my spidey sense was ringing about that power. So as the crew loaded in, I grabbed my meter and I turned on the switch to check the power. Well, that transformer again just blew right the hell up, shot an arc of plasma across my face. Well, nothing you can do about that. Had to call in a generator. Hey, thanks, PS. You guys saved the day there. At the last moment to make that show happen. Takeaways, old gear, no maintenance. Shit happens. Your ad will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I've got 13 skids of new and reconditioned Chroma Q and ETC product. And I know you're thinking to yourself, man, that is some good product. I'd like some of that. How about a Studio Color Compact? Color blocks. I got like 89 of them. Scrollers. Power supplies. I got adapters. IP65 flower pots. So hit me up for the list. And don't forget, hit like and subscribe and Patreon and GoFundMe and whatevs. Next up, we got the Paradise Banquet Hall. About 2001, a power odyssey. Nothing special here, just another corporate show load in, supplied transformer, electrician from Ainsworth, connect our wires, tie the tails in, throw the switch, boom! We opened the cover of the transformer, and one of the load side terminals, the wire was smoked right off. The barrier strip was right gone. And I always carry a shit kit in my toolbox, and I had the part. And I ran out to my van, got the part, we fixed the transformer. Just before doors, we got power back up. Now, takeaway, I'd rather be looking at spare parts than wishing I had spare parts. Le Parc, Markham, Ontario. Gee, Markham's getting two here. 2008, about another forgettable corporate event. Had a 600 volt step down transformer in the corner of the ballroom and a video screen to put up their screens on the diagonal, and I had put my dimmer beach underneath it. So as I wired my rig in, I had to move a few big pieces, so I shut down the tranny and moved it into a new position. Threw it back, good. I'd do it again, move a few pieces, moved them all around, threw it back on. Boom! Ow, man! Well, blew the door, that little transformer box right open, shot an arc past me. How my hand got out of the way can only be described as divine intervention, because I was leaning on it when it blew. Sucked all the oxygen out of the corner. Took my next breath, there was nothing there but copper dust. I jumped out from behind the screen to the astonishment of everyone in the room, and I yelled out a few choice expletives and went for a 30-minute walk outside the building as somebody else fixed that problem. Takeaway, shit happens. Shared Niagara Falls a couple of years ago. Another corporate show. Set up with a 24-channel distro, some sokas, and some splays. As the local crew wire up the ballroom, I connect the distro and I throw the switch and, wait for it, bang. Right? My heart rate slows down. I pull the distro apart and I find the connection. But it looks fine, but it doesn't pass the smell test and there's scorch marks on the floor. So problem is here, we blew the main fuse. It's located in a secret tunnel under the freaking falls, so we got to move our tails over to another distro, and with nothing connected but the distro, I use a 12-foot piece of wood, throw the switch, because, the house electrician, not so much. All good, no sparks. So I kill the power. I connect up a socket in one of the splays. I turn the power on. Boom. Pull that one out. Put another one in. It's good. Put another one in. It's good. All right, do the show. Takeaway, there wasn't one because the company quarantined all the gear, thoroughly went through it, and it was fine. The fuck? I don't get it because I blew shit up 3 times. So for those of you keeping score, I've used up 7 of my 9 lives. Thanks for tuning in. See you for the next chapter.